If you are watching this video, it is because you have previously expressed interest in being part of my upcoming Jeet Kune Do introduction session. So before you do anything, before you scroll down and read the rest of this page, before you contact me, before you take any action, before you sign up, I need you to take some time and look through this video at least 2 to 3 times before doing anything. So I need you to have a clear understanding of what this introduction session is about, what the art is about, and if this process is going to be ideal for you before you take any action. So first off, I need you to understand that what I'm doing with JKD is not a business. So I currently already have more students than I can handle. So I'm only looking to work with a few select quality and serious students. I only want serious practitioners. Now what this means is that it does not mean that you need any prior experience before you sign up. So at least 50% of the people that I coach had no experience when they first started. So that's perfectly fine. The important thing is your attitude. Are you serious about the art? Are you somebody that's serious about martial art? Are you somebody that's serious about training? Can you actually show up and put in consistent, committed effort to your training? That's the important thing. So I understand that today, with martial art, if you want to learn a new art or you want to join a new like a gym, all you need to do is like show up and pay and then take lessons. But with JKD, this isn't exactly the case because there needs to be an ideal fit between you and the martial art. So I don't have the time and energy to coach part-timers, meaning people with the, I only want to train like 1 hour, 1 hour a week or 1 hour every 2 weeks. So if that's what you are going for, if what you need is just like a casual workout or something like fun or interesting to do over the weekend, you just want to learn maybe some like fitness related things, or you want to learn some like basic self-defense move, I would suggest that you take some time and just do some research to see like what is the ideal solution for you, because with Jeet Kune Do, it is a lifestyle. So at least for me, Jeet Kune Do is my lifestyle. I'm doing this full time, right? I'm not a part-time instructor. I don't just train like a little bit here and there, and I run some classes over the weekend. So I'm doing this full time, and I specialize only in Jeet Kune Do. So that's who I am. And if I'm going to be training with you, if I'm going to be coaching you, if we are going to work together, and you have a part-time mentality, then this is not going to work out, right? So you shouldn't sign up if that's going to be the case. On the other hand, if you have been interested in Jeet Kune Do for some time already, you have been wanting to train, it's just that previously you didn't know about my work, or there wasn't any instructor in Singapore previously, and now that you're watching this video, you know who I am, you know what I'm about. Actually, you can just go to my bio page on my website and just take a read. You know what you're signing up for, and most importantly, you see Jeet Kune Do training, Jeet Kune Do practice as part of your long-term growth. You see the value in the training that I provide, and you see this as part of your long-term, like part of your growth as a person going forward, then you should sign up, right? Then I want to meet you, then I want to train with you, because it's very enjoyable for me to train and work with people like you. On the other hand, if you are just like casually interested, you haven't really figured out like what martial art you want to do, or you haven't seen this video, you haven't read through my blog, you don't know what my work is about. If you're still at a stage where you're not really sure of like what kind of martial art you want to pursue, or what kind of like a training like life you want to lead going forward, then this isn't for you. You need to take the time to sit down and look through your options and decide how you want to go going forward. So if you're distracted, you're unsure, you're unable to focus, then this session isn't for you, because I want to work with serious practitioners, right? So what happens is that these sessions are usually about 2 to 3 hours long. Actually, most of the time I always go over time because it's quite hard to cram everything in a 2 to 3 hour session. But I'm always very sure of my goal when I conduct these sessions. I've been conducting this intro sessions since 2015. And if you ask around and talk to the participants or my students, you'll understand that over the years I've always been trying to improve this process of introducing the art in an effective way. Right? So I'm very clear about my goals. I want the participants who attend to go home with a very clear fundamental understanding of the art. Now it does not mean that they become masters of the art in 2 to 3 hours and they can fight, but they usually go back. They feel okay, now I finally understand what Jeet Kune Do is about. Right? They clear all the misconceptions in their head. They learn the basic stance, techniques, concept of the art, and I let them apply a little in some partner drill. Right? So they always go back with a complete, clear understanding of the art. So in these 2 hours, we can only do so much, but what you will learn are as follows. So you'll learn, number one, the basic footwork in Jeet Kune Do. And if you look at the art as a whole, the footwork, which is quite boring for most people, people are usually very eager to start fighting like Bruce Lee, they want to jump around and do all the advanced techniques. But if you talk to any successful athlete or any successful martial arts athlete or any successful martial artist, they will all tell you that the footwork, how you place your feet, how you move your feet, forms the very foundation of your expression in the art itself. Because without your footwork, your vehicle has no wheels. So even if you have the best striking technique, you have the most sophisticated advanced technique, if your stance is sloppy, if your footwork is sloppy, you won't ever be able to put yourself in that position. You won't have that fundamental base to even have any terms to let your technique happen effectively. So the first thing I always teach is always footwork. That should be, it's not something that you learn and I'm good at footwork now, then I now move on. It's something that should always be the first layer of your expression when you practice martial art. Right, so first thing is footwork. After that, I will go through the kinetic chain, which means that when you practice your stance, so the purpose of your stance is so that eventually, for Jeet Kune Do, you want to be able to release your energy and strike in a straight line, just like how a fencer lunges. So you don't want to waste your energy going in all kinds of directions, but you want to optimize your release of your energy in a straight line. So that process is called the kinetic chain, and it's part of your stance. So that's the second thing I teach. So footwork and then your stance with the kinetic chain. And the chain itself has a lot of purpose other than expressing a movement in a straight optimized line. You also want to accelerate your mass, because force is mass accelerated. So in JKD we don't rely on muscle as much as we do with alignment. So with kinetic chain comes delivering your strikes in a straight line, as well as mass accelerated movement through your kinetic chain. And after that, I also cover basic striking in JKD, some basic combinations. I cover the kicks, fundamental kicks in Jeet Kune Do, some basic defense tactics, how you should step back, how you should position your movement as you go about practicing Jeet Kune Do, how you should deflect, how you should parry. So all of this comes under the engagement continuum, how you should structure your engagement when you face an opponent. Right? And after we go through all these things, I do a little bit on the 5 ways of attack. So the 5 ways of attack is a very deep topic, so obviously I can't do it all in 3 hours, but I will just give simple examples for participants to have an overview of what the 5 ways of attack are theoretically and as you try to apply it. And the last section I usually reserve for a little bit of discussion and like a conclusion. And also I like to put in a bit of like a way to test out your movement. So not so much sparring, but I kind of have like your body like attack you, in a simulated way, maybe from behind or against the wall, like various scenarios for you to. So you learn all these things in like 2 hours. So at the last 30 minutes, I won't let you go back until you have a chance to put all this learning in because all this learning is just in a classroom setting. I want you to like test all these things that you've learned in a live way, so that you understand. Oh, I learned all these things. It's like textbook, and then now when I try to apply it, like shit, I can't really like predict what's happening, and then I need to figure out like really how am I going to go about doing this. So that is typically the flow of my intro sessions. If you scroll down, and you can see all the technical stuff and how I actually structure the sessions. And so that's it. That's all I need you to know and understand before you continue reading and actually sign up. So if you have any questions, you need to send them to me. Right? Don't just like keep quiet. Even if you think it's an irrelevant question, or if you no such thing as stupid questions, just drop me a message through the contact form and just ask me, and I will reply to your message if it's a legit question, of course. And at the end of it, I just want to say that like for now, I can't really explain the whole thing to you, but just understand that when you approach Jeet Kune Do, don't think of it as like a martial art. Think of it as a mindset. Think of it as a personal philosophy that is your own like anchor. It's how you understand yourself. It's how you understand your body. It's how you understand your body when you start to use it to defend yourself against another human body. So in that sense, you don't want to think of it as a system, as a style, because when you do that, you're looking at like this martial art is a system, is a style. Then it becomes like a fixed template. And I know that like in martial art we have different like many styles, right? Like Aikido, maybe boxing, maybe Taekwondo. And I know that a lot of us understand martial art through all these various styles and systems. But if you want to look at Jeet Kune Do, I would suggest that you put all this, like the way you divide martial arts, like for now, like temporarily, do not divide them based on style, but think of it as a science, like physics. So like regardless of the style, the distance between you and I, the shortest distance, will always be a straight line. Right? Regardless of the style, I have two hands, you have two hands. Regardless of the style, you have two legs, I have two legs. So you understand where I'm going with this. So you want to think of combat as between two human bodies versus the style says this, and in this style you can only punch, or in this style you can only kick. So don't like approach martial art based on style and system, but think of looking at it as a science. Think of looking at the physics of it. Think of looking at it as a philosophy. Because once you understand like all these, what I like to call the laws of combat, once you understand yourself, you can generate like infinite versions of all of this, because you already understand how the thing works. You understand your body, then all these things are just like things that you can create and things that you can relate, because you understand what is the essence of martial art. And that is my approach to understanding martial arts. And if you want to sign up for this session, I challenge you to take some time to read up more about the art, read up more about how I approach the art, read up more about what this session is about, and more importantly, just take some time to think if, like going forward, Jeet Kune Do is something that you are actually able to practice as part of your lifestyle versus, or if I have the time and if the place is nearby and maybe I won't train. So if you are like a casual practitioner, what I'm teaching, what I'm doing will not work for you, right? So that's all I have for now. And if you have any questions, just send them to me, and I look forward to training with you.